In this video, we're going to be giving you 3 exercises you can easily do at home to improve your pop-up, finishing with an exercise which really will get things much quicker in the water. I'm Ben Constantine, a physiotherapist and competitive surfer, and I've been helping surfers improve and restore their pop-ups, have built 8-week programs around this working with people, and in my experience it becomes clear that in helping surfers there's 4 key elements that inhibit our pop-up, these being pain, strength, mobility, and power. And these all play a crucial role in getting a clean pop-up. But also what I see most often is people losing their pop-up as they age with their surfing, where it's not as intuitive and they have to relearn these motor movements or patterns. And that's what these exercises are going to help with today. Improving, maintaining, and restoring the pop-up. The first exercise will focus on a key element of mobility, the second strength, and the third power. If you find this valuable, then feel free to subscribe and share it with a friend who this might also help, but let's get into things. The first exercise is what I call the deep flexion hip mobilization, or the pop-up hip mobilization. The key target for this one is our lead hip, whilst we adopt a midway pop-up stance. This will also add a nice stretch in for the rear leg hip flexor and adductors of the lead leg. One of the key barriers to our pop-up is our mobility, and often with mobility we just think of the muscle tightness, but our joint movement, or lack thereof, also known as stiffness, plays an even bigger role in limiting our pop-up motion. The hip joint is a ball and socket joint where the ball rolls through the socket. Joint stiffness impacting the pop-up is the inability for that ball to roll into the end stages of our pop-up range, that being the knee to chest motion, where the front hip is at a maximum bend or flexion, and that's what this one can really help with. To complete this exercise, find the starting position by lying in the prone pre-pop-up position, elevate the chest into cobra, and look to bring your lead surfing leg through to land the foot close to underneath the chest. To make it easier to find this position, decrease your hip flexion angle by bringing the torso upright to get your foot closer to where the chest was in your pre-pop-up position. From here, we want to look to drop our hands to the floor to close the gap between the knee and the chest. And then we can oscillate in and out of this position, raising the chest up slightly before trying to gently press further to close the gap again between the knee and the chest. Keep the rear leg in place. This shouldn't move at all, so we can gain a nice stretch through that hip flexor. We do want to avoid pushing through pain with this one. Only do what your body can tolerate for the time being, and steadily over time progress this as you continue with this exercise. To make this harder, we can look to drop the chest below the height of the knee by bringing the chest lower into the inside. To make it easier, you can bring both the front foot back further and the back knee forwards a little, and just work within a comfortable range of motion. I like to complete these oscillations for 2 minutes per leg. The second exercise I call the surfer squat. The surfer squat is something I've come up with to get people strong in the functional surfing pop-up position. This exercise is very much a surfer's variation on the split leg exercises or single leg variations of our squat patterns like lunge, split squat, or Bulgarians, things of that nature. This will predominantly target that lead leg, which should be your front leg for your surfing. Left foot for natural footers and the right foot for goofy footers, though it's not bad to change it up with all of these exercises for that matter to balance out the other leg as well. As it targets a single leg loading, this is great for not only muscles that benefit from our lower leg pressing movements, such as the quads, hamstrings, glutes, and calves, but it will also nicely target the stability through the hip stabilizers, notably glute med and glute min, amongst other muscles, notably the core stabilizers as well. One of the common issues I see for surfers is maintaining good strength to power themselves into the standing position when biasing the front leg, as we often need to with our surfing pop-up. When we can't complete adequate loading of the front leg due to insufficient strength and stability, the body tries to find the path of least resistance by shifting the weight or chest between both feet like this, which is not optimal for a fast, strong pop-up. Strength and stability, loading of the lead leg in this position is crucial. To get into the starting position, again from your pre-pop-up phase, place the front foot underneath the chest, or as close to this as you can, and then the back foot in line with where the knees were when we were lying down. Ensure the front foot is at 45 degrees across our pretend stringer, and the back leg at 90 degrees right across. You'll be starting in the low position, with the knees low and the chest upright. At longboardsessions.com, our online platform and community for surf progression, we call this our solid stance, which can be used for a variety of scenarios to increase stability, but the way we cue this there is dropping hands to the rail to enable us to get low the right way. instead of bending significantly at the hip, which is a big problem for us as surfers, but doing this correctly will get us into our starting position for this exercise, hands down to rails. Starting from the low position, press through the midfoot of the lead leg to stand tall over the lead foot. We want to be powerful on the way up and slow and controlled on the way down. We don't want the back leg to play a part in the push up or control down phase, it's just there for stability. The loading should occur through the front leg only if possible. To make this easier, you can reduce the range of motion to stay higher and progress to lower and deeper down as you improve. To make it harder, we can add some weights using dumbbells either hand. Aim for a weight that gets you fatigued after about 15 repetitions, and this can be built on over time following solid strength and conditioning principles, increasing sets, reducing rep range, and adjusting load over time. And our last, and I would argue one of the most powerful exercises to restore and improve our pop-up, and yes, pun intended, is going to be our pop-up sliders. This exercise will target the fast hip flexion action required by the pop-up, targeting all our key hip flexors, these being iliacus, psoas, and rectus femoris, plus some great core action as well. This is so important to do because power is related to, but not directly equal to, strength. Often we say we need to get stronger, but as we age and even as we complete less of these powerful and fast movements, both in surfing and in our day-to-day lives, we know that our density of our fast twitch muscle fibers actually decreases. And that's why we can build strength and still notice our pop-up getting slower and more difficult. We must train power, which simply put is the force produced over a specific time frame. So for this, we want lighter loads and faster movements, which is exactly what we're going to do here. We are once again going to adopt our pre-pop-up position, but this time with the towel underneath the toes. Our goal for this movement is to get the toes underneath the chest, but if you can't get there, that's no stress, just get the toes as far underneath the body as you possibly can. We want to press up fast whilst we tuck the knees into the chest and sliding the towel with our toes underneath ourselves. We then reposition and repeat. It's important here to listen to your body. It is a fast movement, so ensure that there's no pain or discomfort. Ensure you're on a slippery surface as well to actually slide, and work towards about 8 to 10 reps at a time as possible. This one will increase the heart rate and breathing up as well, so get ready for that. To make this harder, increase reps and sets, then you can start to move on to some of the more advanced exercises targeting pop-up power without the towel. Now, for everything we've mentioned today, I'd love to hear from you guys as to what you feel like your biggest barriers with the pop-up are. If there's anything I missed there, then I'd love to know down below as well and give me feedback on how this sort of stuff goes for you. If you did want more content like this, then feel free to go follow my physio and performance page, BC Performance and Physiotherapy on Instagram. I post a ton more like this there. Let me know if you like this format as well. I can do more of these kind of exercise, mobility, injury prevention sort of stuff on YouTube too. And somewhere here as well, popping up on the screen, there should be a good video that I did last week, which is actually going to help you guys fix your stance once and for all. We'll catch you on the next edit.